Morning, everybody. So, thank you, first of all, for joining us, getting up nice and bright and early, and welcome to LAMMA Show on behalf of Massey Ferguson. As you can see, we have got a full range of product on the stand. We've got plenty of people around to answer any questions you've got on any product, but the main highlight for us is the launch of our new flagship, the Massey Ferguson 9S, which you can see behind me. We are here to answer all your questions. We've got the full UK and Irish team of area sales managers, sales support. So if you've got any questions, please do just come back, speak to us all, and I'll try and cover it very quickly now. But like I say, do ask anything that you need to ask.
You've joined me on the Massey Ferguson stand with Tim Walters, Massey Ferguson's product marketing manager for UK and Ireland. Welcome, Tim.
Thank you.
And as you can see, we've got the flagship Massey Ferguson 9S behind us. If you don't mind just giving us a bit of an overview of the tractor and where it sits in your range, basically.
Yeah, sure. Welcome. Thank you for coming to see us at LAMMA 2024. So, yeah, quite rightly, Massey Ferguson are releasing the new flagship 9S to replace the 8700S series of tractors. We have 6 models in the lineup ranging from 285 up to 425 horsepower. They are all stage 5 compliant. They are all Dyna VT continuously variable transmission, well-known AGCO transmission that we've been using for many, many years. The largest one, as you've got behind us here at 425 horsepower, is actually, essentially it's a 400 horsepower tractor using EPM boost all the time. Okay, so that gives us the high horsepower, high torque option for good traction.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're getting that high horsepower at the lower end of the rev to give you good horsepower for traction applications. This tractor we've got here is fairly well loaded as well. Okay, we'll start around the front and we'll work to the rear, and we'll try and cover all the features as we go through.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, like this is your flagship tractor, biggest in the range, and as we can see, you know, you've set it up with some hefty wheel weights and everything like that.
Yep.
What sort of tyre specifications can you have? Wheel tyre specifications? Can you have anything? Is there anything options-wise with central tyre inflation systems or anything like that on this machine?
Yeah, absolutely. So one thing we have done, it's CVT, but we have gone to a heavy-duty version of that transmission. Okay, that gives us a higher gross vehicle weight, and it gives us an increased capacity on the axles to be able to actually fit dual wheels from the factory. So that's the first key thing. It gives us the ability to offer factory-fitted 800, 900 tyres.
Yeah.
It gives us the ability to fit a ton per side in wheel weights. Okay, this tractor is actually fitted with 2 wheel weights per side, which is half a ton, 250 kilos per weight. On top of that, we've increased the rear wheel capacity dimension up to an R44, 44-inch rim. And we do offer factory-installed CTIS, Central Tyre Inflation System. Okay. With that, we also get a 650 litre per minute under the bonnet compressor, which gives us an inflation from 0.4 to 1.4 bar in under 8 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. It is over the fender on the front axle, but it is an internally mounted system on the rear axle, so there's no over the fender pipes or anything like that at the rear.
And the 600 litre air tank system that you've got fitted on this tractor, is there any other uses that you can use that system for?
Yeah, so what it basically does, it's an increase in capacity of the standard compressor that we fit on the tractor.
Yeah.
It's not just for CTIS.
Okay.
So that is also doing your air brakes,
Yeah.
Any other air functions on the tractor. But actually, as you walk around this one as well, we have the option of air connectors around for air tools.
Yeah.
As well, so it's feeding all of that as long as the engine's running 650 litres per minute.
Yeah, just for cleaning down, blowing out radiators or anything
Absolutely.
like that.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Absolutely.
Obviously, hefty draft tractor, I'd say probably one of its primary uses. What sort of lift capacity have we got on this machine?
Okay, so this one, as you see, it's exclusive spec. Front linkage capacity, foldable linkage is 5 tonnes. Rear linkage capacity is 12 tonnes, Cat 3 or Cat 4. We also add on the rear linkage a 20-ton hydraulic top link.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a 100% increase on what we had on the 87.
Okay.
Slightly less than 100, it's 10.9 on the 87.
Yeah, so it's quite a sizable top,
absolutely.
top
Yeah,
link.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And then with the gross vehicle weight of 18 tonne of the tractor itself, when it's fully loaded, fully fueled, and then, as you see, massive weight.
With regards to, obviously, back-end spec, what sort of spool valve setup can we have on this?
Yeah, okay, so standard it will come with 4 spools, increased to 6. Okay. And then we do offer 2 hydraulic pump capacities. First one is the standard that we had on a 700 series, takes us up to 380 litres per minute.
Yeah.
Gives us high pressure on power beyond, okay, which is important for the UK market.
Right.
The second option increases the litres per minute on the spool, however it does decrease the capacity on the power beyond.
Yeah.
And it actually increases the capacity on the spool valves up to a maximum of 440 litres per minute. And it also gives us an inch coupler.
Right.
Okay, to be able to cope with that.
Yeah.
Okay. We don't see that being a popular option for the UK market.
No, but it's there if you want it.
It's there if you want it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No.
Yeah.
And also, like, back-end visibility, if you're wanting to hitch up to a trailer or something like that, have you got camera systems or anything available?
Standard rear mount camera, optional front mounted camera underneath the badge there.
Yeah.
And then also you have the option front and rear to add an additional camera as well. So on one screen on the Datatronic terminal inside the cab, you can have up to 4 cameras displayed. Right,
okay.
Okay.
No, yeah. And with regards to, we'll just jump into the cab briefly. With the Datatronic screens, how many multiples of that screen can you have positioned in the cab?
Okay, so as standard, we're fitted with Datatronic 5.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the normal guidance, section control, variable rate, isobus, tractor function screen.
Yeah.
Okay, optional FieldStar 5, physically the same unit, slightly different software. And what we can actually do on that is we can display the cameras, the guidance, or the isobus. Right. Tractor functions will stay with Datatronic 5, and then you can separate them out. You take the guidance out so that you can concentrate on isobus on Data 5 and guidance on FieldStar.
Right, okay. With regards to looking just at an overview of the cab, you can see it's like heavily laden with a lights package. What sort of lights package and things have you got?
Well, as you'd expect, many options. Yeah. Many options. Okay. This one is fitted with 360-degree lighting. Okay, 28 LED lights.
Yep.
All around. That includes, as you can see, we've got low-level front hitch lights. We've got mid-level work lights, top-level work lights, rear hitch lights as well. To really give you that sort of class-leading brightness in the night time as well. Full 360.
Yeah. What are the key features on the Massey, obviously, that's been introduced in recent ranges? Is the cab styling? It's just changed a little bit. The windscreen is slightly pitched. Yeah. Is there a reason for that?
Yeah. So when we released the 8S, we brought this new cab out. It was a natural progression then to add that on to 9S. It is a forward pitch windscreen, as you mentioned. Idea being, think about a combine harvester, no dust.
Yeah.
Okay. We have a Protect You system in the middle, which is that gap between the engine and the cab. Yeah. Because there's that gap, we can get a full height, full width wiper.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a lot of theory behind that as well. Protect You moves the engine forward slightly. Okay. On this tractor, it's 18 centimetres. 8S was 25 centimetres. And obviously what you then get is better visibility. Moving it away, you can see closer, better down the sides. But also it's noise, heat, vibration, all those sorts of things as well. So it's a much nicer environment to be in.
Yeah, and
in the cab as well.
We've had a brief look in the cab, and obviously it's got some excellent all-round visibility. One of the key points that we'd noticed was the exhaust positioning is quite narrow on the side of the tractor. Is there a reason for it? Obviously, visibility is one, but how have you achieved that effectively?
So a few years ago now, and we introduced an all-in-one dock or diesel oxidation catalyst, AdBlue dosing unit system onto the smaller tractors. On the 5S it first came out.
Right, okay.
And that's now worked its way through. And because of that, if you look down the side there, all of that dosing unit and sort catalyst and everything, they're all tidally in one small unit, which is underneath the right-hand side of the cab.
Right.
Meaning that the exhaust is just an exhaust.
Yeah.
We can then, as you see on here, move it forward slightly, okay, and put it behind that A-pillar.
Yeah.
So it sits behind the A pillar, it sits behind the V display, so that that visibility isn't being reduced. Some of our competitors have big DPFs, etc. in there, massive big units, which can reduce that. So we're quite pleased that we've managed to keep that away as well.
Yeah. Also, one of the, it's such a, it's a sizable tractor. Start looking down the bonnet, it still seems to have pretty good visibility to the front links. Mm-hmm. What sort of spec on the front links and options can you have there? You know, I know that a lot of users are obviously sometimes conscious that spool valves can get taken up on the front links. How does that system work with you?
Yeah, so with Massey Ferguson, we don't use the rear spools. Okay, so we've got 6 spools on the rear,
yeah,
and then dedicated front services. So on this tractor, we've then got obviously a dedicated spool for the lift lower, and then up to 2 front services as well.
Okay.
And they're all operating on an independent valve, not taking anything up on the rear of the tractor.
Yeah.
Okay. You will notice on this linkage as well, it's folded. It's a big lump. That's hydraulically folded. It's not a manual process to do that. So
right. Okay.
It's hydraulic folded.
So how does that work, Tim?
Exactly. So when you get to the top,
yep,
basically to the top of the travel,
yep,
pull the pin.
Yep.
Continue to press, and there's a secondary cylinder behind that, and actually just flips the linkage back up again.
Right, okay.
Likewise, when you come to fold it down, you pull the pin, and when you lower the linkage, the first thing it does is drop it into position.
Right.
And then you lock it in, and then it just operates as a normal linkage.
Yeah, so a bit more simplicity for operating. Yeah,
absolutely.
Obviously, a lot of users are also looking at isobus control and things like that. Is there any options for front links isobus?
Yeah, so this tractor actually fitted. We have front linkage, isobus, so 2 sockets on the tractor.
Yeah.
And again, when you start looking at the different screens, you can then separate that out from the guidance in the cab and have them displayed on one screen in the cab, basically. So.
Yeah, no, that's great, Tim. But thank you very much for your time, and
thank you.
Yeah, hopefully get lots of visitors coming to look around the 9S for you.
Hope so. Yeah, good. Thank you.
Fingers crossed.